Yo, welcome back to Banter Trimz. Here with your host Weza. Another week at the shop with my panel. The wave this week is Man City banned from Champions League for 2 seasons. Dele Ali social media post. The coronavirus is spreading like a wildfire. And who's the best manager since Mourinho left?
And to all our commercial sponsors, just like last week, big up to Refill again for the morning breakfast. This podcast is open to you, so it's now your time to start supporting us by sponsoring the show. Banter and Trimz.
Join us inside. Blah! Yo, welcome to Banter Trimz. Another week in the barbershop. We're not going to waste no time this week. We're going to get straight into it. Man City are going to be at the Champions League for 2 seasons. Obviously, we've been speaking about Pep Guardiola. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? He seems to kind of have this kind of 4-season thing where he stays for 4 and then he goes on. Is this cemented now that he's going to be off?
I think there's nothing else for him to win except Champions League.
And he's going to be out of it. So unless they win it this season.
And they're not going to win it this season, so there's no point. Just, let me know when you want to join Man United.
Who's winning it this season now?
Who's winning it? Not Liverpool. Okay.
Oh, you said let me know when you want to join Man United?
Yeah.
So you want Pep at Man United?
Bruv, if he can make us be great again, I'll take anybody at the right now.
Well, you know what? Ole's fan.
He wouldn't go to Man United.
I know, I'm not Ole fan.
They go fight.
That's a big man. Ole's a big manager, you know.
Ole's a big manager.
Big man.
What's he won?
So I don't know.
I swear you man were talking about him getting Cardiff relegated and then talks there.
Was that me?
Yeah, it was you. Yeah, it was you.
I'll change my thing though.
No,
Oh, yeah.
the thing is, they knew about the financial thing.
Yeah, of course.
And they just tried to bypass it, and because it was the only way they was going to make money and get the team up and keep the team up. But now it's caught up with him. But I still think somebody said about it's only going to be reduced. It'll probably be reduced.
Go to the court of arbitration. It'll be 1 year and a suspended and a year suspended.
Whether Pep stays,
I don't think he stayed.
I don't know.
I said it before. A
Don't
few
know.
months ago, I tell him, Pep don't understand contract, he's going.
I think
But,
Always comes
but
up.
the thing is, who will he go to at the moment?
PSG.
That's
That's the only team left.
Barcelona, back to Barcelona.
Oh, you
But Barcelona in problem.
Yeah.
Juventus.
I think he'll go back to Barcelona. I think he'll go back because he can't go PSG. He's going to end up in the same situation as City.
But he hasn't got the great team that he had when he was.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, they've been given money to buy that. Barcelona. You know what I mean? So.
And they're investing in youngsters as well.
So they'll go back there and probably try and build another team.
What do you think this means, Roberto, for Man City?
I'm kind of annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. It peed me off pretty quickly when I realised the potential ramifications.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's gonna be not good look for City not being in the Champions League for what I believe will be a season. But I think in terms of next season's Premier League, if Pep stays, they're playing once a week.
Yeah.
You know, the cocky swag I had of last week of we're gonna win it, we'll win it again next season easily. Might not be so easy. Do you know what I mean? That's what I thought straight away. I thought, that just means they're only playing one. They're on a lesser team now.
If they're out of that,
Because they're out of your period.
They're gonna go after everything that's every cup going, mate.
Yeah.
After every.
Exactly, and
Just
Europe is often a distraction for teams in terms of they're challenging for the title. Sorry, mate.
Aguero's still staying in it because he's not leaving to do it.
So it's I'm annoyed by it. I don't worry about City winning the Champions League personally.
But them getting in your way of the Prem.
Yeah, pure selfish.
We're doing it back to back.
That's what I'm saying, isn't it? having proper chat with this guy, innit? We've equalised now. What are you gonna say now? That conversation I've been waiting to have with people like Michael, but might be put on hold for a minute still. But Yeah, it's mad for City. But we've had the conversation before. We've had conversations about how they got away with it before. Like when the naming rights thing is very smart. This time they got caught like literally cooking the books. Like changing, adding an O after the 6. And all sort of whatever it is they were doing.
No, I think it's a bit more than a 0, you know.
But do you know what I'm saying is?
So 8 million and 60 million now.
Yeah, so they're just cooking the books. You understand? So.
But what do you think this means for some of the Man City stars?
I think if it's reduced down to one season, I think they'll stay. They'll stay.
Just concentrate on the
reality is that they ain't gonna go nowhere else and get the same money.
Exactly.
Apart from if they go PSG. There's no other team they can go to.
And a lot of them are on decent. They've got decent time left on their contract.
Yeah,
So City don't have to
anyway.
sell them.
Like even Mark said they're just gonna bring out the checkbook. That's the shit, just keep them on.
Yeah, they have to.
But they don't have to, because if they're under contract, unless there's a clause that says you're not playing, if I'm not in Champions League, then they wouldn't have that there anyway. So they're stuck.
And they can
City don't care about
They
that.
can do certain things like say, okay then, you know, the terms and conditions in your contract that are related to performance-related bonuses for Champions League pay, we'll just give it to you anyway. We'll give it to you anyway. Out of good faith. This ain't your fault. This is us. But they can do so much stuff. So I don't think it will affect them like that. They'll try and win everything domestically this season, mate. Everything. That's what I think. Like money-wise, they're too solid.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Too solid.
But the flip side I'll ask to that question is, do you think because of the way that they've been called, this will affect them mentally? Because they know whatever they do now,
Eyes are on them.
it's not even that, it's the fact that they can't qualify for the Champions League. Right? So even if, you know, a miracle happened and Liverpool lost the rest of their game for the rest of the season and Man City won, it don't matter. It literally doesn't matter because they won't. You know what I'm saying? We know that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
There's actually
is that going to affect them to the point where they think?
I think they're actually finished.
What's the point? What's the point of me putting in a performance if I'm not going to be able to perform on a big stage?
But I think
Fans will expect them to.
if Pep is half the manager I think he is, he'll G them up to finish as strong as possible. That's how I like to think.
But if you finish second or third, no Champions Leagues, what's the point if you finish top?
That's what I'm saying. That's
What's the
what I'm
point?
saying.
It's still got. As
I don't
players,
do it. I
it's
think
still-
out of pride.
It's the professionalism of players.
If you're a player and you know that at the end of the day, your ultimate goal is winning the league, Champions League, right? At the end of the day, if you know that it's not going to happen, regardless.
But that could,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, but that could affect
Even if you win it,
if you don't put the performance in, that affects you as a player. Your mentality will show other managers.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though,
What you are.
what about them ones where, like, say City made Champions League spot, but they can't play? So who gonna replace them?
That's my next
Fifth
question.
spot.
That's what they were saying last night.
that
The team that finishes
Yeah.
fifth may be
This
the
is why
new fourth.
I'll be better. I said it to you straight away. I will rage. I will rage if you backdoor it this season. I will be upset. It will take the luster. No, actually, I'm lying. I was going to say it will take the luster of us winning the league. I'm lying.
Fifth
But
spot.
I'll be back.
They're ninth.
I know, but still.
But fifth spot.
So, Tosh, you keep saying that, but the points are very close.
They're
So
very
even though
close.
they're 9th, even though we're 10th, if you look at the points, in the next 3 games, a lot could change.
Yeah.
Look,
You lot could be 9th. Because
we
when
weren't ninth.
when Duke
I'm just saying, you're
was in
ninth.
there talking about 2 weeks ago, saying, oh, but where's Arsenal? But where's look where Man United are now. So it just shows just a few results can just change
that.
everything.
That was one kind of near. Yeah.
But you've got Wolves and you've got Sheffield United.
Yeah.
So don't over. Wolves and what's it? 5th and 6th.
Also, you're showing.
You got it.
That's
Been a short one today, bro.
Just
Also,
You've got Chelsea, you've got Chelsea. You've got Sheffield United. So we must be. then Wolves.
Oh, and then Wolves.
Then Man United, then Arsenal.
It's all to play for now, you
It's
know.
all to play for.
It was all to play for before because there was still an outside chance.
I do mathematics.
I know this.
Because like Michael said,
It's all to play.
Between
They
10,
have been
yo,
between
between
the
ten-
other teams.
Tosh, between
There's only one spot really up, and it's the fourth place. The rest of because of the
Oh yeah, definitely the
it's
fourth.
only
is the one.
fourth, so that's up.
Yeah.
And Man City
Yeah.
can still appeal. If they appeal, it's a suspended.
Yeah.
So until it's ratified, you can't throw them out. So they will play this season to stay in their position.
Tosh, between 14th
Yeah,
and 4th,
yeah,
it's 11 points.
yeah. That's
three-
4 games.
That's 4 games.
And how many games are left in the season?
There are
Yeah, 13.
there's that 13, 12, 13.
Right. And then how many times are the same 14 to 4th place playing one another?
Yeah,
So
but
not everyone is going to change positions
Yeah,
that way.
of course.
Yeah, but within that group
We live
between
and hope.
fifth and
We live and hope.
fifth and what? 13th, there will be changes.
Of course there are gonna be
A lot of
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if the season was to finish now,
Yeah.
Leicester are 5th. Sorry, Sheffield United are 5th.
Yeah.
So they would take the Champions League.
And don't
spot.
forget-
That's exactly
and don't
what I'm
forget,
saying.
Kane's
Why
coming-
the dynamics
Kane's coming back.
are other teams is not happening because when you start looking at the permutations of how they've got to play, to knock out the other 2 teams, Wolves and what's it, doesn't automatically mean
you could
Chelsea,
could
Tottenham,
get- yeah, but-
Arsenal.
Yeah, but you
Man
could get
United
Leicester
get
beat
those
Man
wins.
United and then Arsenal beat Leicester or something like that. So the permutations are still quite similar.
But Kane's coming back though, so obviously Spurs are going to do a madness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Mourinho is the type of manager to just throw Kane back in. Especially
Oh yeah,
if
I thought Poch was starting now.
especially if Tottenham are getting
Yeah.
results.
Well,
I don't think he'll
we
change a
will
winning team.
see because there's a lot of talk in this barbershop, and then when it doesn't happen, they'll be saying, "I didn't say that."
No.
We will see.
Got a camera.
Right, my personal feeling is when Kane comes back, I think he's going to be not thrown back in. He's going to have a couple of games and then he's going to be thrown back
That's
in
a
as the main
change.
striker.
Right.
Not thrown back in because he won't be match fit.
Yeah, well then we all can say that. I can agree with that.
Yeah, but he will once he's match fit be the regular starter.
Yeah, because they haven't got another
He's
striker.
not.
They haven't got another out and out striker.
Yeah.
We will
Yeah.
see.
But Tosh,
Got
obviously,
Mourinho.
you lot are 6 now.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is we are underestimating Wolves.
No, we're not.
And-
Why'd you say that? We are doing that.
Because everyone's looking for, oh yeah, 5th spots available. You got,
We're not.
you got these 2 teams that are very good now in the mix, and you're forgetting Everton. They're now in the mix of this from 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th position. These teams are in the mix, and they ain't just gonna give up their position just because the big boys are trying to fight for Europe.
Where Everton?
No.
Everton are
8th.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I was going to say, don't worry about Everton, but I didn't know they
No, look at this, Roberto. It's Sheffield United, Tottenham, Wolves, Everton, Man United, Arsenal. I've got to say Burnley because they're on 31 points.
Wow.
Like Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's very tight.
Yeah, it is.
And we're in February.
It's not very
It's the 15th
tight.
of February
It's
today.
not very
And we're
tight.
talking about teams from
It's
5th downwards on 30 points.
right, because their team have nicked all the points.
I have read, but that's it. Why?
Right.
But I
And that's
read
the problem why you think the league is tight. It's not tight. Because the first 3 teams have got the points. The rest of them are playing for one position.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but Tosh,
One position.
we are Liverpool are the anomaly.
No, but
Statistically,
okay.
we've thrown everything.
Okay.
We're the anomaly.
What is Leicester's points and what is
Leicester's
Man
got
City?
50.
Right.
Man City's got 51.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to say. You're playing for one position.
Yeah,
because
yeah, we know that.
You're not playing for.
Oh, no, we're not
you're
saying top
playing-
4. You're playing for one position.
Right. So how many teams are playing for one position?
There's about 10.
There you go.
Those are
So
teams.
now that's what I'm trying to say. When you mathematically look at the permutations, it ain't happening for many teams.
2 positions now.
No, forget that. I'm telling you, the appeal has to come in. And Man
And it all
City's
depends. It all
Man
depends
City's
as
appeal
well.
is very good. It's going to be very good.
Of course it is.
Because
Did
what
you hear even
everyone's
their
not looking
statement?
at.
Even their statement.
Yeah.
They're saying, well, You know, I was
Man
trying
City-
it. We're gonna go over here,
Yeah,
and what's
Man
gonna happen
City
over here?
Are debt free. All the other clubs are in debt, but what they do, they use interest. So what they've done with the financial fair play is there was a loophole that you could debt your club as long as you're showing you're paying the interest on your debt. So Tottenham got £600 million worth of debt. A lot of people don't know these things. So when they come to put in the argument, they're going to say, how can you be chastising a club that's debt-free against financial fair play, against clubs that are actually in debt and not meeting the requirements of financial fair play, only based on the loophole
But
of
they
the
are.
interest payment?
They are. All those.
No, they're
I
not.
hear what you're saying, but they are. The reason why those clubs are in debt is completely intentional.
Right.
Half these clubs don't need to be in debt. They just
Right.
don't want to pay the tax.
No, it's not so much the tax. The financial fair play allowed this loophole to exist.
But it's a portion of it. Like the debt has to be a portion of your.
You're talking about salary and income.
Yeah, your income.
Right. No. This is another aspect of why there's this contentious argument about how financial fair play has been brought in, because they've allowed what they know to be a loophole to exist when you're trying to now create a level playing field in financial fair play, and it's not happening because other clubs are just saying, you know what, as long as I can meet the interest on the debt, I'm above the law. And that's what Man United, Tottenham, Chelsea, even Arsenal have done. They're using that loophole each year, and it's affecting the lower clubs. Even Everton are using that loophole. And that's why players are being bought still at these ridiculous amounts of money, and still being, the clubs are still looking financially viable because there's a loophole. And Man City are going to bring that. You watch and see when they drop the papers.
Yeah, but City, I'll be honest, I hear what you're saying. They're in no position to go down that route because they're not. Because the difference is, all those things you mentioned have fan bases that far exceed what Man City have.
Fan bases is not
And if
about.
they-
It's still the
Listen,
revenue.
If that's the
Let
part,
me
that's
tell
a key
you
part
now.
of the revenue stream.
No, fan bases is not what this is about.
No.
This is about commercial deals, balancing your books, not your fan base. About what your merchandising
It's
is.
for revenue. You bring in.
No, but in
Oh,
terms
you
of the
bring-
commercial deals,
Commercial deals.
Hold on, in terms of the commercial deals, when you're negotiating these commercial deals, you're bringing the numbers you're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
I think it's like social media footprint. How many people you got following this?
Yeah.
On average, how many people turn up to your matches? This, that, and a third.
That's-
When you're looking at
that's-
City and
Yeah.
a third of their stadiums empty sometimes,
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Go and check.
But them to go down that route is going to be potentially sticky
No.
for them.
It's not because what the argument, my understanding of the argument is based upon like what we were alluding to, that they cook the books. In other words, a company's come and said out of the blue, we're going to give you a £400 million sponsor deal. And everyone's saying, well, hold on, why would you sponsor Man City when you don't have the fan base and the outlook? But it's a commercial deal. And that's where they got it from. What it is a commercial deal in Qatar that gave them this money. And what they're trying to say in this argument is that that commercial deal didn't really equate to that money. It's because you're tied to the actual owners of the business through state and through being, the sheikh of the country and whatever. So you fabricated a deal to make it look like it was correct.
That's
But
exactly what it was.
wasn't what they did was like, because they've done this before. It's not the first, but this time they've got caught blatantly doing something. Remember with the naming rights to the stadium, we had this conversation.
Yeah.
Remember they were going to run a foul, and what they did is they got one arm of their company.
Yes.
What was it? What's the name? Etihad
Etihad,
Airlines
yeah.
to buy the naming rights.
Right.
Yeah? And that's how they got around it.
And then they got around it.
But this time, sorry to cut you, this time, wasn't it, and please correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it a case the deal on paper was worth whatever, and in reality, the company gave them a fraction of it, and then my man who owns the club paid the balance.
Yeah.
And that's where they've got done.
Well, it's not that they've got done on that. What they're trying to allude to is that this doesn't equate to reality. That why are you sponsoring Man City with this vast contract when it doesn't have the exposure which you've alluded to with fan base, social media, and as a corporate deal? That's where it now becomes contentious. Lee is in a legal profession. You've got to prove that. You can't just say, oh, well, you know, it's not right. You've got to legally prove it. And that is where it's going to become hard. And that's why the appeal will go in. And then they're going to go and say, but all these other clubs are using this loophole which you as a UEFA have not shut down. So you are actually allowing clubs.
Use that loophole. Why didn't they use that loophole?
Properly.
Because they're debt free.
Eh?
You're not listening. They're debt free. You're not debt free. Your Man United is not debt free.
No, exactly. But they could have still.
I've been very clear about that. What Glazers are doing, I've bankrupt Man United and then servicing the interest.
Yeah, of course. But that's what most clubs do to get around that.
No, Man City are debt free. It's a totally different argument.
Yeah, but they're still using that old.
No, all they've done is this commercial deal. You've got to legally prove that it was not correct.
Yeah,
that's what's happened. So you can go look into it. I know Lee's looking. Don't look into it, and you'll see last season, Man City were the most valuable club in the world on their stats. Yeah. That's the figures are shown. They were more valuable than your club.
Yeah, but that's the cook in the books, isn't it?
Are you not cooking the books?
No, we just.
There's a difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion.
Exactly.
That's
tax
it.
avoidance. Tax evasion.
Tax avoidance isn't illegal.
You see, yeah. Did we talk about tax here?
No, but that's the loophole. That's the loophole.
But you refer to.
I didn't know.
You refer to servicing of debt, and the reason they
we're
service their
equating
debt
it to.
is to be able to take draw out that money.
No. Hold on a second.
And not to pay no tax.
Man United fans were screaming when they became laden with the debt. Now all of a sudden, we're servicing the debt. You hear the conversation? No. You just said
But let's say for a season.
To a fan base, I don't care. As long as
you
we're buying the
play
players.
now?
Yeah.
No, as long as we're buying the players. I don't care.
You have a vested interest. To be fair, you have a vested interest in knowing stuff like this.
They're not going to care.
That's what I went and looked at what this partially bit. I'm going to read into it more in depth about this argument. But you watch and see. It ain't as easy as saying, they found their hands in the till. You watch the legal argument.
Do you care what's happening behind the doors as long as we're winning? Do you care what's happening behind the doors?
No, but the conversation that's been brought is about financial fair play, not about whether I care about what goes on.
But the thing is, it's still servicing the debt, isn't it?
Yeah, but financial fair play, to prove that a club is doing something wrong, is not as easy as just saying, Man City have been banned from Europe. There's an appeal. Wait and see the argument.
Yeah, but we've all agreed that
even if any company things in England, you're not allowed to take money out of one company and put it into another company that's losing.
This is not that.
You're not feeding.
This is not. No, it's not.
Yeah, but it's the same.
No,
it's sponsorship.
This is the other thing. This is Swiss.
Sponsorship is a gift, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, but
what I'm trying to say to you is
can work in
this
anywhere.
law.
I can't go
into here.
If I go in and say to somebody, I want to put an antenna here.
Yeah.
And a man gives me, say, okay, then I'm going to charge you X amount. But here's your, let me take you to dinner and discuss it. I have to physically go onto my intranet and say, blah, blah. Yeah. They are taking me to dinner.
Yeah.
It might cost this, And so that I've all exonerated myself from any comment. But they didn't do that, did they?
No. I totally agree with you under that point, under English law.
Yeah.
This isn't English law.
But it's European law.
It's hence why it's not going. No. You see, what we're getting mixed up is we're thinking about Premiership and whatever.
No, I'm not.
No. What I'm trying to say to you is, this is FIFA.
UEFA.
It's not our law, so don't look at it under our window.
It still works similar because
No, it doesn't.
we're a Spanish company.
You might be a Spanish company,
Yeah,
but this is football's governing, and what they've done is said X, Y, Z, and all they've said is,
well, they must
we're
have
taking this to the CAS.
Put it this way, they must have seen something for them to go from 12 years and come to that. They must have something.
They might, because
They
what
must
they
have
know,
something.
you see, this is the other argument that people are not aware of. When FIFA say, here what, we're telling you, you've done something wrong.
Yeah.
FIFA come in like, we're the
we've looked
governing
at
body,
you.
and you need to accept and keep cool.
Yeah, but the thing
So,
is,
like you alluded to, that the reason why it's a 2 year and it'll go back to a 1 year is exactly what happened to Chelsea.
Yeah.
They got the transfer ban, and then they argued. FIFA went, ooh, or UEFA went, ooh, you know what? Yeah,
but
allow them
yeah,
back
but
in.
But Toss, the reason
That is
why
what's gonna-
we've
this
all
has been looked
concluded
at,
from
yeah.
early,
Yeah.
it's only going to be one.
Right.
UEFA
because they're
know
allowed.
this. They already know this.
They
So
already know
in
this.
effect,
Yeah.
if they go 1 year straight away,
Yeah.
it's going to probably get half the game.
Half the game.
That's why they've gone 2 straight away. 9 is going to be
So they
1.
get one.
It was the same as
Oh,
Chelsea.
it's
It's now
now
going
prison
to
mentality,
be
man.
It's going to be 1.
Hoping.
Lee, did you honestly think you was going to get a full 2 years?
No.
There you go. It's always going to be 1.
It's always-
we know. We know this.
We know this.
It's always
We
going
know
to
how
be
the game goes.
Right.
Always
So,
game, man.
what I'm trying to say to you is, sit back and watch, and just remember, there's only one place.
And when the news
Yeah.
breaks,
Forget this fifth place. Forget that
It will.
right now.
It will
Try
be.
and win that 4th place. That's what we're all trying to get.
I
Put
will
it
be
this
trying
way.
to get
Put
to
it
where
this way.
Chelsea are.
They got 2 months or something, 2 or 3 months to kind of sort that case out, which I don't think is going to sort that.
No,
so they're
that's
going to miss that
the
year.
appeal's going to
The
come.
appeal's going to come during the European.
And
But the
it's
appeal,
whether or
the
not-
appeal might only be about the length of the ban as opposed
Yeah.
to the actual wrongdoing.
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah.
So they might
Right.
accept it, and they might come to an agreement where it's money. So yeah, make your team play for the 4th place and stop whining about
Yeah,
it.
no. I'm happy for them to pay just to get into 4th place, so there's no argument.
But I will say to all of us, go and read into this financial fair play. You will find that there's a different aspect to what we believe what this is all about. It's not about English law. The English law isn't even involved in
It's not
this.
involved in it at all.
No,
You
that's
know,
part of
There's
law anyway.
there's-
That's part of law
in
anyway.
theory, the Premier League can rebel and say, "No, we're not. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're not part of financial fair play anymore."
But that
But
will
the problem
look
with
good.
this is, it will not just impact
Yeah.
the UK, England at a national level.
Yeah.
It means England won't be able to participate in World Cup and European Championships, etc., etc., etc. And that is why these clubs, the Premier League, adopt these policies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it will have an
Yeah.
impact
You
as far
see,
as
there's also another narrative going on about a breakaway league.
yeah, Super
And this
League.
is why UEFA have come strong against Man City, because the clubs are talking about, you know what, let's take this
the Champions
tournament
League away
and
from
take it away from them and play it ourselves. So there's other conversations going on in regards to why UEFA have come and said 2-year ban.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to say, we control this, you're playing in our thing, you need to listen to us. So there's other conversations going on in respect to the financial fair play issue being imposed upon Man City, because they're trying to say, listen, calm your skin down, you're part of us.
Yeah.
So there's, so that's what I'm trying to say. Don't see the headline.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's other things going on.
There's other-
Where the club, there's loads of things other clubs are doing, which UEFA need to now look at, and this is what's going to create a bigger problem for us.
But do you know the problem is as well? I think UEFA is still smarting from the naming rights thing from City. That was blatant what they did there.
Yeah, that was blatant.
And they got, like you said, in
That's
terms
why,
of taking advantage of loopholes, that was blatant. And they weren't happy about it, but they had to wipe their mouth on that one. Now they've got a little summit.
Watch
like,
what
alright.
Levy does with the naming rights of Tottenham.
Yeah, but he'll do it properly.
No,
He'll do it proper, bro.
Yeah, because the money's not coming from him.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
That's
It's-
the
difference.
Man-
but what I'm
Man
trying to
City
say
and PSG
is
are the same.
You see,
Yeah.
They're
right.
both using it's this Qatari money.
They're moving.
Exactly.
Like, it's like
There
I've got
are
about
monies
10
going round
bank
in
accounts.
circles.
Sometimes I just move some money from
that
there
one.
for a couple of days or whatever. I'm moving it around, innit?
It's not. It's look at this. Yokohama. Chelsea don't own Yokohama. Or Abramovich doesn't. My man, who owns Man City, he owns the airline.
Yeah.
So it's easy for him to say, oh, it's the airline giving them the money. It's him giving the money.
This is the thing. You can do that in a certain way. It's
Yeah.
not like there might be some ambiguity technically, but they can blatantly do that.
In the big scale of it,
Yeah.
you are using your
Own
own
money.
And UEFA know that, and they were annoying
And that's
because they had them.
And that's where you're right, Tosh, because Abramovich gives Chelsea loans. My man, the Qatari man, he's not giving them loans, he's just giving them money.
Yeah.
So Chelsea owe him money.
Yeah.
So it's, as you say, it's a debt.
It's what they have done, but what they're saying is that you know that you front that system, but you've made it out to be a secondary system.
Yeah.
You've done it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the amount of money that was given is not in line with what a normal financial deal will be for what you were talking about, your presence.
Right.
And that's why there's
QPR.
that's why the
Remember
investigation's been going on from 2012.
QPR was owned by
They didn't just start now.
This is the big part.
And he's
With the naming
Italian
rights,
guy for a
they were on
period
the
of time,
brink of
and
running
they
a
got
foul, or they
owned
were
by
running a foul.
Financial
right?
fair play.
And they thought they had them.
Shut
And
them
what
up.
my man done is just moved a sum of money from one place to another place and said, obviously we've got to buy something for you to make this valid. And they said, naming rights, bosh.
Yeah.
And he knew what they had done.
That's a ridiculous amount of
Yeah,
money.
at a ridiculous amount of money.
That don't even make sense.
That the club of your size
400
makes no
right
sense.
through it. Yeah, exactly. Everyone saw right
That's
through
what
it.
they did.
Put it this way.
And there was nothing UEFA could do about it. And it was
400 mil.
That's why
something
they do
like
this.
that. For what?
That's what I think.
It's just like the Neymar thing.
Yeah.
You're just to buy the man out. You're saying you're loading Neymar for 200 mil just to get out of these.
So you see where you lot were thinking
That's what I'm saying.
earlier.
It will come, if it hasn't already happened to them,
Yeah,
they're next in line.
Yeah.
Right, so you
PSG.
see what you're talking about, oh, Pep will go to PSG.
No, I was
No,
just
no,
conjecture when I was
Yeah,
saying
because really and truly, that's where you
that's the
want
next
their
one.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They're doing the rounds.
yeah,
They'll
so-
get their
so-
year banned.
Yeah. So, as I say, where you say, oh well, since they've got this, will the Man City players? They will, stay focused because it's not set in stone.
Yeah.
This one is going a
No,
long
I
way
think,
to
I
run.
think they'll.
I think they'll take
for the
it.
professionalism of the.
They'll take the ban.
Because
yeah,
there's
they'll
too
take
many-
the ban.
There's
But
too many
reduce-
ramen.
Yeah.
Appeal.
Because next year they're gonna want to win the Premiership, so they'll just stay there. The same team will be there. Maybe add a little extra youth there.
I think Pep got another year?
Yeah.
Oh, what with the
Something like
Mars?
2 years.
You don't look happy already though.
Who's that?
Pep.
Yeah, I think like there's too many ramifications for them flopping and not finishing strong this season. Because if they don't, other teams will start thinking they're food. They're beatable. They're getting beat up. It can change the whole mentality.
I think
of
other
the
teams are
team,
starting to think that already though.
No, but they have to.
Some of the
they
loss that
have
they've had.
to
Yeah, but they're
finish
still
strong.
one
have
of
to
the
finish strong,
teams
yeah.
you have
They
to
have to
beat.
finish
City's
strong.
still one of the teams you have to beat.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to beat.
Who?
City.
Did you not beat them?
Yeah, we beat them. Yeah.
If you can beat them,
But we can't beat anyone else.
We beat
That's
them.
the problem. We can't
beat
beat
them.
anyone else. We're still in the same.
anyway, let's get into that now. So
You don't get a trophy for that though, Tosh.
Chelsea versus Man United
Don't worry about it.
this weekend.
Yeah.
It's good that you joined us this week, Lee.
Yeah.
Yep, that time.
We from formats to change. I think we haven't beaten Man U in the last 5 games, which is unusual. So that has to change at some point. They play a system against us, simply just counter-attack. They just stay back and counter-attack. But that's when Rashford was playing. He's not playing now. Whether this new man,
Ogalo.
if he plays or not, I don't know. I think both teams probably are going to be. I can see it being a ball draw
Banter Trimz.
because no one wants to. No one's going to want to lose. It's one of those games that you think, let's set out our stall. First and foremost, not to lose.
Yeah.
So
And that's where it could become a boring game.
yeah, I don't.
Both teams trying not to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
think so.
no. I'm saying I'm saying if they both set out in the beginning to nullify one
Yeah.
another, it could be just a boring game.
Yeah, I could see that.
Where it'll only probably perk up or something when somebody scores.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the format has to change and everything like that. But
Because both teams' form
Yeah.
has been
'Cause
so
you know, yeah.
erratic.
because they know that losing that game means everybody's on your back again.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? And for us,
Especially for you guys.
yeah, for us it could be back down.
You
in
could drop
the
down
relegation.
into
Yeah,
the-
you go.
14.
And for us, it could be
Yeah.
it could be breathing space.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially now
For
the Man
breathing
City
space,
news,
yeah.
it might be woof.
You
Yeah.
boys have got one job.
Yeah, yeah,
One job.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then there should be no excuse of fatigue or anything though, because they're
Yeah,
rested.
everyone's had the rest.
But sometimes that kind of works against you.
And I found that
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
I found that initially you think it was kind
Yeah,
of
they
quiet,
kind
but
of-
it was a
Yeah,
weird game.
yeah. Wolves and Leicester.
That's what I'm watching that yesterday. I think
And that was
I hope we
0-0.
don't start flat like that.
Yeah,
It sometimes happens when you have too much rest.
Too much rest, man.
Leicester Wolves was just. Even though when I said, oh, this game's a bit boring now. It's stale. It's getting into it.
But you've got to look at it on Wolves' part that, although they've got talented players, they're playing Europe, they're playing a lot of games Wolves
Yeah.
this season. So it's going to happen. That fatigue is going to come in regardless of even a week's rest. Their players are, the first 14 are being playing constantly.
They're still in that
Yeah, and that Europa
Yeah.
League, as you all
Still in
know,
there.
or we all know, it's got too many games. It's too many games.
And a lot of
that-
travelling.
and a
Wolves
lot of-
started
Could
playing
be
because they had to
travelling.
qualify,
Yeah.
didn't they? So
If
they
Man
started
United
playing
lose-
like June, July, didn't
Yeah.
they?
If Man United lose on Monday,
Mm.
I think their only aim is to keep within that division and concentrate on Europa to try and win Europa.
Yeah,
Because it
look,
opens the
I'm
door.
telling you
Yeah,
straight,
it opens the door.
you ain't, if you lose against Chelsea,
Yeah.
you are out of that fourth position.
Yeah. I
Because
believe so as well.
because, as I say, the permutations of games, you won't get back because there's too many other teams. Oh, fourth place. They're looking at.
Well, it's all the 6-pointers now.
Yes, that's
yeah,
what it's turning
yeah.
into.
Yeah, that's
So
what it,
you're probably better off both having a draw than either
But
getting.
that's
a
what I'm
loss.
saying.
Yeah.
That will be that's how they're going to start off
And
with.
then the following
mustn't
year,
lose.
we're playing you.
And it'll be the
And
same.
it's- and it's
Well,
the same.
we
We got
know how
Aston Villa.
Mourinho is setting out not to lose.
And then
Yeah. yeah.
That's his MO.
Where is that game? At the bridge? Or?
At the bridge. They beat us at our ground, so we need to have a little check that.
And not only beat you, man, we just properly took you apart.
Oh, there you go. There
And
you
the-
go.
that was
Look,
the-
you know,
That was our
You're
best
talking.
performance of the season.
You
The
see
Arsenal
that?
game for me was sweeter because the 2 goals in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But the game against Spurs, Mourinho, Lampard just did him
Oh yeah,
properly.
I forgot about that.
Are you talking about the 2-1?
No,
we
2-0.
got-
They
We beat
beat us.
Spurs 2-0.
No, but the Arsenal. You said the Arsenal.
Yeah,
that
at
was 2-2.
Emirates.
That was
No,
2-2.
at Emirates. At Emirates.
Oh, at Emirates.
Yeah. That was a sweeter game
Yeah.
in terms of scoring 2 goals in the last 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Right. But don't worry.
You reckon?
Make sure anyway you paid for your food, so make sure you're back next week.
We'll come to that. But what do you think with Kepa? What do you think about his future? Because obviously there's been a bit of.
Yeah. You know what? It'd be interesting to see if he starts on Monday.
Do you like him personally as a Chelsea fan? Do you think he's the number 1 keeper at the club?
I don't. The reality is, I don't think he was worth anywhere near 70 million quid. Nowhere near. I only read the other day that we was actually after we were trying to get Alisson before Liverpool. I don't know what happened and why that didn't go through. Why they bought Kepa? They were looking at other keepers, so why they opted for him? Maybe they thought, well, this guy's he's one for the future. He's very young, and he's going to be
Longevity.
yeah.
Because if
But he's,
What's wrong with him?
personally, I don't think he's big enough. I don't think he's tall enough.
Yeah, but he's not done it. I haven't seen him do anything.
You know, if you look at his stats,
Yeah.
and I know
but-
we can all say stats this, stats that,
Yeah.
his ratio to saving shots is very poor.
Yeah,
It
but
should
is it
be
because the
much
shot
higher.
is very good
Well,
against,
That's
he's
what-
not, you know,
yeah. Well,
a
you
goalkeeper can
can
only do so much.
you can say that,
Yeah.
but you've got to
Yeah, come.
I don't know, you got to put your opponent off. And if you're like back in the day, a Schmeichel or a Czech, whose their presence put people off before they've even taken the shot, then that gives you that edge. This guy, you've got a millisecond to think the strikers. But that's why that separates them from the likes of us. They might not be academic geniuses, but their mind does switch quick. They have no fear about shooting against this guy because they know that his ratio for saving shots is so poor, so he'll take the shot on anyway. You might think twice if it was a Schmeichel or a Czech. That extra millisecond, and that gives them the advantage with him.
You see, if you've got a Van Dijk in your centre thing, I think that's what creates the protection.
Yeah.
More than just the goalkeeper.
Oh no, you've got to blame the defence as well. It's not only down to him.
Yeah, but also with Alisson is a prime example.
Yeah.
It's got to the point now. There's this mystique about him. Even if I'm 1-on-1, I think he's failed to save 2 shots all season or something dumb like that. But they don't expect to score.
It's not him. It's your defense.
His shot ratio.
No.
His shot ratio is like 86. I mean, his save ratio is mad. His presence, man.
You put something in the striker's head.
There's certain situations
when
him
you
versus
bluff,
the
it's
striker.
like you bluff a man.
Yeah,
It's just,
they've got that. He's got judge on them. He has.
It's true.
No, he has though.
Oh, you're using
Not in the literal sense.
use it.
No, I mean.
But Kepa doesn't have that.
Kepa don't have that mistake.
He doesn't have it.
Yeah.
So what we were saying earlier, it's right. They were interested in Alisson. I think Liverpool and Chelsea were interested in Alisson and Oblak.
Yeah.
Oblak, Atletico priced Oblak out of the market because he was our first choice. Test Stadium was it weren't happening.
Yeah.
But so it was Oblak and Alisson.
Yeah.
They wanted close to like 90 million for Oblak. So like now, we got Alisson, who was statistically just off of De Gea at the time.
Was he at Napoli?
No, he's at Roma.
Roma.
Yeah, so statistically, it was like a percent difference between De Gea. Oblak was number 1 with a bullet, and it was De Gea, and Alisson was just off of him. So we went, in terms of his footballing ability, blah, 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 we went that route. So, because Chelsea were priced out Oblak, we beat him to Alisson.
Yeah.
I think, without disrespecting Kepa, it was a bit of a knee-jerk, we need someone. And he was doing the right, he was at Bilbao or something.
Yeah, because Courtois, remember, forced his move.
Yeah.
So they had to sign someone.
They needed to sign someone.
Why him? I think they just looked to the future thinking this guy's going to do big.
Yeah.
Well,
And he's not a bad keeper, but
Give the
I
guy a
think
chance
that-
because when the Gal first came to Man United, they were saying that he was terrible. So give him a
And this is
chance.
his only second season, isn't
Yeah.
it?
He's not
And
looking
he's
great
young.
this season, is he though?
he's young.
But he had that.
Yeah, but the
minute
Gal
where he
didn't
was-
lost the second season. It was just Man United had a great defence and the team itself was assisting, like the team with Liverpool.
Yeah.
They don't allow you to get that shot all the time at the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Chelsea at the moment transition with their defence.
You haven't got that defensive
more
unit.
shots are coming.
I don't know where it's going wrong because it's not just the defence because the defence starts from the strikers to the midfield and then the defence. There must be too big a gap between the midfield and the defence because the defence always are exposed. We're conceding every single game.
Yeah, I know, but I think
We hardly ever keep a clean sheet.
No, I was going to say, you've got 5 clean sheets this season.
Yeah, which is
One of them is against us.
that's what I said. That was the best performance.
Liverpool got 11.
Only 11.
11 clean sheets.
Yeah, averaging that only 11.
Arsenal have 5 as well.
Yeah.
Man United have 5 as well.
Yeah.
Tottenham have 4.
So we ain't that bad then.
That's what I'm trying
It
to
looks
say.
worse than it.
Yeah,
than it probably is.
I think the spotlight's on Kepa because of the.
The in and out of the team.
It's not.
Well, I
something
think
that
I think he'll start against Man United. I think they'll bring him back.
It's the price tag and it's the fact
I
that
don't understand where
You know
why
what
it's
it
been
is?
highlighted. So
No, because
deeply.
there's no real competition for him as well.
Okay.
So all you have is Willy Caballero, and I'm not saying he's a bad keeper, but the guy's like 38 or something.
Yeah.
He's not. There's no one.
And the
pushing.
game has changed for goalkeepers as well.
Exactly.
You've got to be able to use your feet. You know what I mean?
Good morning. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
He's not too bad with his feet.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good
He's not bad with his feet.
I think the problem is.
No, I'm saying about Carriolo.
Oh yeah.
Caballero,
Sorry.
was it the World Cup? Caballero, he's Argentinian.
Yeah.
And he did some mad kind of
Listen, nobody
pass
done
to
nothing
someone.
worse.
Yeah.
Done nothing worse than Lloris. So don't even.
No.
Okay, hold on.
You have to see that.
Hold on. We're not even talking about Lloris yet.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with Lloris?
He's come back good though.
I was just about to say that.
Hold on.
He's
The
come back.
World Cup. He
Yes.
gave Croatia
Yes.
a goal for no
Yes,
reason.
but what goalkeeper hasn't done that?
Yeah.
Against Brighton, you end up
What
breaking
goalkeeper?
your own arm.
Great Peter Schmeichel, David
Nobody
Seaman.
breaks their own arm.
No,
You've got
that's
to have some problem.
that's you and your juju, man.
There's got to be something.
Your ankle wide, you know.
Now him breaking his arm,
Stay him out in
that
the
was
street.
mad. Him breaking his arm was crazy.
Right. All the goals and against Arsenal, my nemesis, he let this go in against Sanchez. He will never be my goalkeeper ever again. Never.
No, but since he's
Even
come
if
back
you win
from
the
his
Prem with
injury,
He-
I think he's
hold on,
done
hold on.
Hold on, France
Even if
won
you
the
win the
World France won the World Cup with him in goal, and I don't know. If it wasn't for their front attacking, they would have lost that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not me. You look at the guy. I see untold mistakes. Great mid shot stopper,
Yeah.
but the things like you're talking about,
Yeah.
Kepa, everyone scores against him.
Yeah.
And that's my issue. When you look at his ratio to, he does the dramatic saves, mid, all this stuff. He saved this penalty, and then really everyone's saying he brought down Sterling on the second ball. You know, he's a thought process. There is an issue there.
You like a drink too?
So, you know, if I can have any other goalkeeper, I want the Sheffield United's goalkeeper.
Henderson.
Henderson.
You have to buy from Man
Which,
United.
which Albert says is coming back to Man United.
I don't know if he will though, because
I keep saying that.
De Gea signed the contract,
You
didn't he?
see? And he doesn't want to be, you know.
But we know that contracts don't mean anything.
No.
Yes, yeah, I mean, it might just be so
Well,
they get
De
more money.
Gea, that's where it all went wrong, because De Gea was supposed to go back to Real.
And you keep Courtois.
And Courtois, and well, whether we kept him or not, he was always gunning to go somewhere. He
No,
got
he-
his dream move.
Yeah, but
to
he hasn't
Real.
done well now.
No, he hasn't done bits for Real. I think
If anything, they were looking to say you need
get
to
rid of him. Yeah. I was hoping they would have done.
And that's the problem with a goalkeeper. You make a few mistakes, you're ruined.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But can you remember
100%.
the conversation we had about the Sheffield United manager,
Rinsing.
the goalie?
Right.
Yes.
And then what's
Now
happened
look,
since?
now look.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
I think me and you were talking about how
I
you
think
handle
it was-
certain players different.
Yeah,
No,
I thought it was
exactly. I
great.
think, yeah.
So
Some people say no.
Some people can take it. Some people can take it. Some
Yeah.
people it helps them.
Yeah, exactly.
And clearly,
And maybe
and I think it was you that said,
Hey.
if you see how his dad handles it, that's why my man
Yeah.
deals with him like
Yeah,
that. Because that's how you
yeah,
get the best out
Yeah,
of him.
exactly.
You tell him the you ross him, innit?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you
And
see,
it seemed to have worked for him.
Yeah.
we're too much on, you know, how, you know, this is wrong or whatever.
I feel
It
well,
was brilliant.
if it needs to be said, you have to say it.
yeah, definitely. So is Tammy injured? Tammy's injured at the moment.
Tammy should.
or-
No, Tammy will play.
Tammy will play.
Tammy will play.
Okay.
Tammy will play.
And what would your front three do for this?
For this game, Tammy, Willian, and I'd go for Mount and have Kovacic, Jorginho, and Kante in the midfield.
So no Hudson-Odoi.
He can come off the bench.
What about is it Pulisic?
He's injured.
He's
not
currently
gonna play.
injured.
Yeah. And the only reason I say that is because Mount will drop back into the midfield. He's Odoi is playing all right at the moment. Actually, he's starting to get.
I think again too much pressure has been put on Odoi from when you had an Achilles injury to go from that back
Exactly.
into.
He's
just
taking
ease.
and he is easing in, and
Yeah,
he's now.
but no,
you know, for
watching
some
his
reason fans have no
the
patience.
media, we all need to
And
just
the
ease
media.
off. The guy's 18. He's
Exactly.
19.
But there's other,
You know?
there's other things we're forgetting as well. Remember this kid really played for Chelsea, and before this season started, he signed a new deal worth, what's it,
100.
180?
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Always
That's
looking
the
at the money.
problem.
As
And
soon
that
as
is
you
the
sign that
problem
deal,
that
he's
I
under
have with
pressure.
people having got Pogba.
Under
He's
pressure.
being injured. Give the guy a chance.
No, we're
Uncle, help me out, please.
The answer.
Leave Poggy alone. I'm gonna get that shit.
Remember Hudson?
Leave Poggy alone.
Remember that he was smashing it in, like when he went on loan that season,
Yep.
and everyone's sniffing around him. He had that contract stalemate, and then he got what he wanted because probably in part to do with the transfer ban, right?
Yeah.
So now when you're on that kind of money, you're expected to
Expectation.
perform that kind of money performance.
100%.
And that's his problem.
Yes, he's come back.
I think though, I
He's
mean,
done
Lampard,
very well.
Lampard said it himself. He goes,
Just relax, man.
you've got to now be a bit more. He's a kid, so he's not going to be necessarily consistent.
you can't
but
be-
you've got to start showing a bit more.
You know what I mean? At
And
18,
he, in fairness
he's got
to
a
him,
20-year career ahead of
he's
him.
but he is now being more consistent and being more productive, and it's probably because of the injury. Now he's playing more, and he may actually start. But I suspect, like I said, that first and foremost, it's going not to lose to start off with.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Mount will
Because
probably
he's
start.
got, like I said, he'll drop in and give extra protection
Yeah, that's
when they're
right.
defending.
Yeah, that's
and
what
then
I
pull
think.
back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I agree with that.
So, Uncle, who would your front three be for this game?
Yeah.
Darlow.
You would start a Garlo.
He's gonna give all of them. All of them balance. Give them balance.
That's going to be your family, you know. Touch is dangerous, you know.
You're gonna stay away from him, man. Give him the ball, they're gonna stay away from him.
Everyone's just gonna move sideways.
It's going to be like a red sea to you.
I remember saying that on the first week we heard about it. A man cussed me. Now all of a sudden the man's in isolation training by himself.
No, but we said that though. I said, how can he come true and no one else can come true?
He can't.
He can't come
He can't.
true and go
How would
straight
he
to
stop?
Man United's training ground.
No, but that's what I'm saying. In all seriousness, how would, unless he has one of those Bruno Fernandes first training sessions with United, yeah? How does he possibly start? He's never kicked ball with his team.
But you know what I heard yesterday? I think in Solskjaer's press conference, he even said, I have not seen him play.
That's what I'm saying.
I have not seen him play.
This is what I'm saying. When my mate told me from Manchester, he works in the press team, that Fernandes is going to start, I could understand because he would have trained with them at least once or twice, right? But this guy is I don't know, where is he?
No,
I don't know where he is.
Oli,
But he ain't been
Oli has to
training,
watch
bro.
him through a glass screen.
Yeah.
You know what, man?
With a hazmat suit on, bro. Come on, bro. I don't know how that works. That's what I'm saying.
They've gone to the Watford days and said, "Oh, this is how he plays."
Yeah.
So can you guys watch
facilitate?
It's true. They put him under some pressure in his press conference yesterday, apparently.
Of course.
I'm laughing when I read that. Have you seen him play?
You know, and the funny thing is, nobody's doubting he can score in the Premiership because he has
He's
scored
done it
before.
before.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird deal.
He's got that drag back
No,
thing,
but the
hasn't
thing
he?
is,
He used
it's for the
to
rest of the
fake to
season.
shoot and just drag it.
He's staying for.
He's not staying.
Watch. You remember
What?
he said it. He's not staying.
I said,
He's
I
staying.
backed Uncle last week, and I did say short-term solution.
Yeah, I know what he
But
is. It's not no short
if
term.
it ain't Uncle, I don't know what United are doing because I think I know what they're trying to do moving forward. But if he does stay, and don't get wrong,
He's
he
only
might
there on
come.
loan, isn't he?
Say that again?
I think he's only there on loan, isn't he?
Yeah, but I was saying, me and Uncle were saying last week, short-term solution. We're going to see what they're really about in the summer.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's a scenario where he absolutely kills it in the Prem, and that might change their mindset. But for me, it looks like it's short-term.
I mean, who are the teams they got to play against? He should be able to
I don't
score
know.
goals.
But if he does, what I'm saying is, if he does average
Yeah.
and still stays, then that throws everything out. If he kills it and stays, I'm like, he kind of earns a fan deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, if he just,
Mind you, he must be on some big money in China, isn't he?
yeah, but he said he doesn't. I don't know how much they're paying him now.
Oh, he says he's on a pay cut.
He was like, I don't care what it is. Just
Your food is in the car.
in China.
So, Uncle, who's your front
One
three?
food or porridge.
Well, it's,
Hold on.
I don't think I hope Regalo doesn't start, but it's gonna have to. We ain't got no one, so it's gonna have to be
Greenwood and
Greenwood
and James, right?
James. Yeah.
Martial, Greenwood, and James.
Yeah. He isn't the greatest front line, but
Go ahead, Uncle.
he isn't the greatest front line. But the thing is,
We've got, well, hopefully we've got a midfield player in Fernandes that can score. So we've got to support
Do
him.
us a favour though.
Huh?
You tell Ole. I don't know what he was doing game one. You need to push him a bit further forward.
Thingy.
Bruno, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but that depends it depends who we're playing in midfield.
I don't. You like to see Bruno Fernandes?
I know he's
50%
He's
Bruno.
got to be
Yeah, yeah.
behind.
He needs to be a bit.
Behind-
He needs to be
yeah,
his
yeah.
pen,
behind
bro.
the striker,
Yeah, he does. He does.
He is a madman.
He's a
So-
man. Yeah.
Because I mean,
the Tottenham one.
Everyone.
Yeah.
I remember. I swear I said it.
Yeah.
If I could sign one player, it would be Bruno Fernandes beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Was he the one?
Tottenham was all over
chasing?
it.
Yeah, Tottenham was
Where
chasing.
did Tottenham get like? Because it was
Yeah.
stupid money. He won a lot. It was like maybe 40 million or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's a player.
He's a player. You know, he showed it on his first game. Maybe it might have just been a one-off, but he showed it. Got man of the match.
You know what
didn't
that
he?
says a
So-
lot though.
Yeah, yeah.
So in
He
training,
can do it.
they saw a hole.
But I can.
As like we really
Yeah.
need someone playing air. He probably showed in training that actually he could probably do it as well.
Yeah.
So he probably been sacrificed, didn't it?
Yeah. But now I can see what they're doing at Man United, isn't it? So they've got to start pushing forward now, and can't be just buying for the fact of buying. Too much money spent, man, and too much wages. So, I mean,
and obviously
I
that's
think-
what you lot are trying to move away from.
yeah, and I think Sanchez was the last straw.
Oh, definitely.
I think Sanchez was the last straw.
Definitely,
To say, you know
Sanchez
what?
was the last straw.
I think and I think they're going to just try and offload him soon.
Yeah.
Sanchez.
You know what Sanchez was? He's living example in the real world. Where you do like something to spite someone.
Yeah.
At all costs,
He just didn't want
at
Man
all
City-
costs, and then it blows
It
up
blows
in
up
your
in their
world.
face.
Yeah.
Blatant, like astronomical. How are you gonna get? Was it 75k bonus
Yeah. Every match.
every match just because?
But you know, say if you'd have gone Man
Sanchez.
City, you'd have been alright, you know.
Yeah,
yeah.
He would have been
No,
alright.
but this is what I'm saying.
You know, one stuff.
For Sanchez, don't get me. I kind of understand his mindset. This is the lick of a lifetime in his head. Like this is generational thing, innit?
Yeah.
My contract is a generational thing. What my grandkids are my grandkids.
What I can't understand out of all this, what I can't understand is who wanted him. Was it the club wanted him, or was it Mourinho that wanted
But put it
him?
this
Who
way,
wanted him?
if he was a
I know it was a
success,
straight swap.
Mourinho would say it's all down to me.
Yeah, yeah.
If it doesn't work out, it's the club.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying.
I
about
just
it.
think what
I'm
you.
not having anything to say against Mourinho, right?
This is Man United Mourinho. Don't worry.
We know
It's Man United Mourinho.
Exactly.
They're always jumping on the
I have a lot
bandwagon
of
about
time for
this,
him,
man.
but
What I'm saying is
he
this.
loves to chat too much. He should shut his mouth sometimes.
Right. There you go. There you
you.
go. There you go.
You got two guys who've had Mourinho as a manager.
And I'm not troubling him. You know what he did for my club. Man, he's a
thankful.
legend.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Absolute
all I need
legend.
to
And I will
Yeah.
never
And that's all I
take
need
that
to
away
do.
from him.
I just.
Don't open him out when you don't need to.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
Hey. As
You've got to take a break.
Grant said that, you
But
know.
when it goes wrong,
When
Yeah,
a fish opens its mouth,
nothing
it
is
gets
his
caught.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Right.
Shut
Exactly.
up, don't say anything. Simply say, yeah, I wish I'd have taken more
Oh,
time.
is that last
With them,
one?
You
You
Don't
said
say it was me that.
Yeah, it was on the foot. It was on the
It's a
foot.
shirt.
Well, then it must be you that sold
Told
it
him
as
too as
well.
well, yeah. But you know what? I just think
gotta
United
do the,
in that transfer was scared.
Sponsorship,
They
man.
didn't want
Was
Sanchez
scared to go to City because for them it's a wrap in it.
Yeah.
It's over. If they get Sanchez as well,
Yeah, it's
we're
finished.
done.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah, of
done.
course.
Yeah.
So they've all. Now we got to get him at all costs.
Yeah.
And he's a player.
Yeah.
And he should
I
do
know
up in
Sanchez
their
is
box.
really sitting there
Yeah.
watching those pound signs
Yeah.
go up.
Thinking, but you know what? I can't even make bench, but you know what? That's
I don't
75k on top
I
of
don't
what?
care.
You
Doing
understand?
75k.
You understand? Easily. So Tosh, what a week it's been for Dele Alli, eh?
What happened to him?
Yes, you don't know what happened to him.
Yeah,
You know what happened to
alright.
him.
What did
You know what happened to him.
Come on,
Huh? Did he
Legend.
score a goal?
We're on camera. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth, innit?
Tell the truth.
What happened to him? Say on my camera there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What stupidity has he done?
What's going on?
Everybody, and the fact of the thing is, everybody keeps on saying, "Oh, it's his age." Oh, it's his age.
No.
The man's constantly doing stupid things.
I'll be
You know what I
real.
mean?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I want no
understand.
trouble. You know someone who looks stupid. You know some people just look stupid, and I might look stupid too. Don't get me wrong. You know some people just look stupid. But you think to yourself, as a mature adult, you shouldn't judge people by their appearances, right? And then they do exactly what you perceive them you would. That's Dele Alli. He just doesn't look very bright. He's half sharp.
Him and Ross Barkley are good mates.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
That's Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
And you know what kills it? And certain, this is not you because I know your character. Certain Spurs fans are making excuses for him, like it isn't what it is. Don't get me wrong, he should be punished and we should move on. Yeah? But if it was a black dude that it was a victim of that, people would lose the plot. We would lose the plot. So we just have to call it out for what it is, isn't it? We're not saying he's racist complete, but in that moment he did something he shouldn't have done. It is what it is.
Why would you do
Foolishness,
something like
bro.
that? You're a Premier League footballer
Exactly. This is what
who's got millions of
But
followers.
you know the problem is with Dele Alli.
And even if you ain't got millions of followers, everything gets back to the media. They're always looking at something to grab.
How old is he now?
23.
But the problem with Dele Alli, he's got so much so soon. Like he's not matured yet. And at 23, we all did stupidness at 23. Yeah. Like we all done nonsense. But I tell you one thing, I had me personally, I didn't do the race. Like I'm of the mindset. If I would like it done to me, I'm not trying to do it to another person. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I understand he's immature, and he should be treated accordingly based on, he has a responsibility, but he's still a kid. But my perception of him has been unfortunately reinforced. As a player, I don't question my man, but he lacks maturity.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Because when you pop the difference between, say for instance, the ref situation. I was having a debate the other day. I don't know if you're going to talk about this. With the ref, it was a conversation on WhatsApp.
The ref coming back into the
It's
coming back to the Premier League.
With the ref,
I
For
do
me,
recall
for
about
me,
the
it's like me and you having a convo, and I send you a video, and you just do a scummy move and send it to the press. That was bad-minded because we all say ropey stuff amongst ourselves. Just keep it real, innit? Dele Alli put it on Snapchat, man.
Exactly.
Come
You know
on,
what I'm
man.
saying? With the mask
So
on.
my point being,
You're back out
certain
again.
people
You're
are
back out.
crying about his rep. He's done his porridge now. It's like it goes on to the rugby player that got sacked by Australian rugby. He's done his porridge now. Let him live. Dele Alli's gonna have to do his porridge. But after that, let him live. But he's
So
done.
are the FA charging Dele?
I don't know.
We don't know yet.
I reckon he'll get charged. He'll get touched.
I'm a bit oblivious
I
to the
think he
conversation.
put it
really.
this way. You might remember.
I didn't see it.
You will remember this. Was it Mason Holgate? Was it Mason
Yeah,
Holgate?
yeah.
And Firmino.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And
I never liked Mason for that. By the way.
No, but it wasn't even so much that incident, but it was the time after that happened. They drank something up about what Holgate had done about 10 years ago.
And that
when he
is
was about 10.
But do you know what it was? And this is the thing as
I
well.
think he got banned or
he
fined or
shouldn't have got
something.
touched. He was like 16 years ago. My issue with the Holgate situation is he thought Puta was it's like you see an exchange they are prick.
Yeah.
So he thought my man was being racist to it.
Yeah.
So he's then accused him of racism when clearly it wasn't. He just got told to F off basically.
Yeah.
That's why I have an issue with him.
Yeah.
But when they tried to do him dirty on that one, I was like, no, they're taking liberties.
Exactly.
Man. They're taking liberties.
Yeah,
like he
I
was
wasn't
16.
dragging Firmino thing, but it was
No,
the
but
thing
what I'm
that
saying
they
is,
dragged-
I'm saying
dragged
even
into it.
despite I have a little thing with him, even though he's doing bits now for Everton, like I'm not a fan because of that incident, But when they tried to draw him out, and I was like, you lot are taking look. So what? I might have said all sorts of stuff. When I was 16.
Exactly.
Allow him, man.
Allow it, man.
You ain't even signed his first professional contract. Or he just, you know what I mean? He's still white.
But it's the press, isn't it? It's the press that
But that's what
just
they
wants
like.
to make it big. big noise.
Yeah.
And that's why Dele shouldn't be doing what he done
Yeah,
in the first
exactly.
place.
But he knows his
He knows.
stupidity.
There's no way. As soon as he posted that, he must.
Yeah, it must have thought.
So let's say he's got a
I
private.
started getting. You know, sometimes you post stuff and these people start sending you like,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
"Why
yeah.
did you do that?" Or "Take that down."
But
or,
let's say he's got a private. Let's say it was on a private snap,
To one of his
and he's one of his mates baited him up. Yeah. I would sympathise. I still think it's completely inappropriate, but I would sympathise with him. You did it on your public snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the issue I understand with the referee was you put that on a private snap.
It was me WhatsApping you some
Yeah,
nonsense,
and then
and
somebody
you
took
got
it and then put that out
yeah.
in the media.
Yeah. He done his porridge. Man got sent to Norway for 2 years, man. Let him live.
You know what I'm saying?
It was inappropriate, but
So do we now put that same context to those that are being deported? You know, they've done some issues wrong, and now they're being sent out of the country.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah.
I like that. That was a good little.
Running.
Put it this way. I robbed a handbag up Sydenham Road, yeah, and I'm getting dicks.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm Roll Paris,
Hypothetically.
and I can wander into primary school by accident,
Right.
and I still win. That's what's going on out here.
This is
That is the maddest thing, you know.
Is that, you know, there's guys being deported from the country that, you know, 5 years old or, you know, 12 or 13 or 14, done something wrong, but 20 years on, they become good citizens, they become taxpayers.
Yeah.
But they're being put in a
And they have family.
I think
They have their family.
Whereas you've got
the harder argument on that
Mm.
is it was the sentence. So don't get me wrong, I'm not agreeing with it, but I think they were justifying it by saying all of those that were actually sent back had been convicted of sentences over, was it either 12 months or 18 months?
So nobody was sent back for overstaying.
No.
No, it was
Oh, it's certain.
It was their status.
Not on this batch.
It was their status, and if I'm correct, the fact it was over 12 months.
Exactly.
And when it's over 12 months,
You
they
could
can
send
send you.
them back.
And what we and
So
I'm
you're
pretty
right.
sure you know this. You would have assumed this. I believe moving forward, that exact stipulation can be used as a weapon against people. They'll just give you over 12 months, and you'll get dicks.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's what they'll do. But Roll Harris, I say it again, can wander into a primary school, whatever it is he got accused of the other day, and he's still here.
Yeah.
Because, you know, my understanding was someone that was overstayed.
I think that those ones were taken
Or
off.
some of them were, they were brought here as kids, and their papers weren't sorted out by the appropriate adults, and they've done something, and they've done they wouldn't know what to do in Jamaica or in the West. They don't know
That's
what
what
to
half of them said, you know.
do. What are we gonna do?
He said, so most of them are saying my family's all here.
Yeah.
My uncles, my aunties, my cousins. Everyone's here.
but the thing that's got me now is the woman that went up to ISIS girl.
Yeah.
They're deporting her. Where they're deporting her to, I don't know, because she's British.
Yeah.
No, but she's got external family in Pakistan.
Yeah, external family. Okay, she's got
Yeah,
external,
well,
but she's
grandparents,
British.
yeah.
But she's born here.
Exactly,
She's
so-
got a passport here and
Yeah.
everything like
Yeah.
that. She's a citizen. So why are you really
But
deporting?
they could technically revoke your.
Yeah, revoking.
What do you-
for
what do you- what
Because
is
that
the
means
age?
it's illegal. Because you're paying. That means they're going further into parentage. Then.
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous.
But then she'll have
That's
no nationality. They're a
That's what. That's exactly what they've done to her. There's a term. It's something alien. No, it's an eight. Like it's an eight. There's something alien.
because you're
She
of
literally
no
is stateless.
country. You're stateless.
Literally stateless.
But at the end of the day, come on. You're fighting against the. If ISIS had won, would she have said, "Oh, I'm British"?
No, that's true. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't sympathise with her.
What I'm saying is you.
No.
They
You've got to look at the.
could do a bad here, do you know what I mean? Put her in jail over here.
Yeah, I understand that aspect, but what we're looking at here is war against two countries. Let's just say the two countries are at war. If the other country wins that you've now taken up allegiance with, do you then say, oh, well, I am British, so I'd like to go back to the country that's lost? No, you're not. But because now the other country has been overrun by, you know, whatever forces have taken over that argument, you're now saying, oh, I need to go back to the country that I came from. I don't.
It's extradition law, isn't it? Like extradition. Like
Yeah, I can see the legal side of it.
And killed him.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's just
Same
like,
thing.
what did you do then? Did you send? Did she come back from America here to do third, or did she stay in a country and deal with it?
But
Yeah, but
you can't isolate one
No,
place.
but
Yeah, but
yeah.
I'm not isolating. But what I am saying is,
that happened in America.
Right.
Some English person had done some and then flown back here.
They
Trust
send
me,
that.
that man is on the next plane back. Next plane
So you know
back.
what? England's too soft. That's what it
Yeah.
comes down to. England's too soft.
in what we're
England's too
saying.
soft.
With definitely with the relationship with America.
Yeah.
Oh, in a relationship. But what we're
relationship.
saying here is, you know, you chose to do something, and you went and got married and
I have
whatever.
no sympathy with her.
Yeah, I can see the issue of saying, well, you know, she's a British citizen and whatever. But you chose to give that up. You chose. It's like saying, hey, I'm going to play for so and so country now. And because they don't win in the World Cup,
wanna go
you're
out.
like,
And you know what? The current times and the environment we're living in ain't helping. Just up the road, they released My Man the other day, and he went on a rampage, he got licked down by the police. Yeah? Now me personally, I'm a bit of a tinfoil hat man, innit? I think it's all feeds into a deeper thing, innit? She ain't coming back, bro.
Yeah, I know.
not
But
coming
what
back.
I'm trying to say is that
She's not.
what I'm trying to say is that this narrative of getting, you know, she ain't a British citizen no more couldn't happen to any of us now. Then
yes.
Yeah.
even if we don't go, even if they could turn around and make a law to say, you know what, your parents are not British, you know. You done a bird of 12. We're sending you back, to your parentage.
Mate,
That's the
growing up,
She just chose the line to.
Yeah. But the thing is, we're looking with the current prime minister that's in now. He could turn that around on us, and we could be
Junior, let me give you a
out
prime
of here if any of our parents.
uncle, prime example.
You're trying to say
Growing
that
up,
Britain
yeah,
become a fascist
my
nation.
dad.
Oh, is that
I'm
what you're
not trying to say.
Are you trying to say
I'm
we can become a
listen.
fascist nation?
I'm gonna listen. My dad, made me watch one film as a youth. My dad, big Rastafarian. I'm the complete opposite, as you know. Right? Don't eat ackee and all that. I'm a weird man. Don't eat ackee, man. Don't eat all that stuff. But my dad, big Rastafarian. He's in walk past every now and then. I hear that from a kid. He made me watch one film.
What film is this?
1985, bro. Yeah, watch the film.
George Orwell. Yeah.
Watch that film.
Yeah.
He said, watch. I looked at my dad, oh man, in my head I can't say it, but I'm like, shut up, man. What are you talking about? Hanging around here. I was like, of the ilk, I ain't never leaving England. I can be real with you. Never leave England. Then a couple years later, when they said, watch this film again. So I watched Reaper and I'm like, oh, whatever, man. Everything that has been laid out in these films are slowly coming to pass. Big Brother is on us now.
Why if you lived in this country for 2/3 of your life, you do something wrong, a little crap, so they're legally allowed to just send you out. Your kids here, your business here, everything.
Why do you think they wanted to get out of the European
There's
Union?
guys that have been dipped.
Because now
come here after the
you can't argue to the European Court.
You went wrong though. Is when you become of age.
Right.
Yes, apply for your flipping passport.
Oh, but Lee, you're right. You're right. I get what you're saying. But there's certain incidences.
That's just pure ignorance.
No, but Lee, the thing is, if you're not travelling, Lee, or you're not doing
Come on,
anything.
man.
No, come on.
Well, sometimes the man doesn't have the information.
Sometimes they don't. I hear what you're saying, Lee.
Let's have this debate.
We have actually
You put strike on that, then take that back on you.
You see what's happening, and it happened in.
But you say that now they send me back. It's just like it's the first step to make everything easier for them to do.
Yeah,
Yes.
Done it once.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like-
Yes.
Bro, we were done with the Rinrust scandal. When they self-removed that law, that enabled them to just send people that been there all their life, because they didn't have the appropriate documentation, we were done from there, bro. Everything I say is gonna happen now. It's already started.
So if you go into a conspiracy case, you never did nothing wrong, but you're hanging around with the wrong people or you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. You get caught into this conspiracy, for some coincidence you have something that's implicating you into a crime on your phone or whatever. You get sentenced for it, you get sent home. You're there sitting down in the cell and you get deported back to your country and you're thinking, I got my file, I didn't do nothing wrong because I'm chilling with the wrong people. We might not even know what they were doing, do you know what I mean? You're just in the wrong place.
What's the term, Lee? When it's group enterprise racketeering, there's a word for it.
Joint enterprise.
Yeah, but there's a term. It is joint enterprise, but there's a term for it. I can't remember the term, but it's essentially that you could be caught in a car going somewhere with someone.
I've been in that situation. I've been in that situation.
That's wrong, man. That is just wrong.
But
You
on
say
the
it, bro.
basis
Yeah,
of
of
it,
course.
how many times are we hearing that is actually happening to people in society?
Maybe not people
No,
but
What's happening?
No, what my man's saying is it's possible,
Yeah.
but let's look at all our own social circles. How many times has that happened?
That someone's what?
Yeah, somebody's been baited up and then put in a plane and then shipped out to a country.
I know. I know a handful of
Yeah.
people.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
know a
Not
handful of
baited
people.
up for something they didn't do.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can happen, man. It can happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
happen.
We don't. We
For,
travel.
for something they didn't do.
Tosh,
I know a
or
situation-
they were part of it.
Tosh.
I know a situation of a
Tosh.
man who was
Remember.
born in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, came over here, went secondary school over here.
Yeah.
He was out with a school friend
Yeah.
who was out with some of his mates.
Went to
There was a
the
gun in the car. Yeah? Armed police
Yeah.
pulled over that car.
Yeah.
Yeah? Everyone went and had obviously their interviews. After their interviews, my man got sent back to Jamaica.
And he didn't even know.
Tosh.
He didn't even know
You can't
who was in the car.
We moved in different
You
circles.
And this was about 2010.
We all got friends that do
Yeah,
bad
but how
things.
do you
know
know
what I
that-
mean?
this
You know
is
friends do
outrageous.
bad things,
In
and
this
we all might
country,
roll with them from
are
time
you
to time.
entitled to
You
have
might
a
go
gun in
link
the
someone
car?
up. You might go link someone.
But do you know that?
If
Do
you
you
get
know?
caught
Yeah,
at
but
that
Tosh.
time,
So the Uber driver's got a gun in the car.
Yeah, but Tosh, you can't say that. You can't say that.
No, but if
Because
you're Uber, it's slightly different because it's a commercial vehicle. So
Exactly.
what they do,
Tosh.
Yeah.
some drug move. If you're an Uber driver and you know man's moving, what
Yeah,
you're
if you
ferrying
know,
stuff.
then
I'm
that's
an Uber driver. He orders me on
Exactly,
Uber.
exactly.
I didn't know.
You would get-
It happens all the time.
Exactly.
Unless they
Tosh.
can find a connection
Tosh.
between you two.
Imagine if you
You're
was
off
out
with that.
You're
You're
Imagine
right.
if you was out.
But my question was, how many times?
But
does
say,
that
say,
happen?
I don't know.
So is
No,
that-
but I'm saying
is that irregular?
No.
No,
It
we
is
don't know.
irregular. I've said Shane said he knows. My man said he knows.
Hold on. Is that irregular?
No, all right. Even if
Is
it's not,
that irregular?
even if it's
Tosh,
not,
to you. Tosh, Tosh.
even if you.
We're not in them social media to know what's really happening. We don't know what's happening up north of London. We don't even know what's happening outside of
My
London.
uncle, no
Because we're
offense,
not
no
coming in
offense.
these
It's social media.
Your
Yeah,
generation,
but-
your generation ain't safe no. They've proven that with the Windrush thing. No one's safe no more. All I'm saying is,
safe.
even if you don't know anyone right now, moving forward, watch what's
the
gonna
If you-
happen.
It's just like us. Okay then. If we talk about Black Mariah, when you used to, a lot of them youths don't know about it
Yeah, yeah, I
because
remember
you used to
Yeah.
get
The man them just
when the
jump
man
out
them
of
just
the
draw
van.
you in the van,
Draw
beat
you
you
up,
up, and
bust
chuck
you
you out,
Yeah.
and there's nothing you could do.
Yeah, yeah,
Policeman, when the
Yeah.
black van turn up, you used to get drawn in the van, beat up, and then chucked back out. But you ask the youth them now about Black Mariah, they don't know. It's just that we're not knowing about
What's going
what's
on?
going on down in the lower circle.
Even my generation.
Because we
us,
go to
man,
work,
the
we come home
youth
from work, we
these
might be
days,
watching the
We
football.
not 100% clued in.
We have a
Do you know what I mean?
But all I'm
that's
saying
only
is
a
this.
few years.
Onto
Yeah.
what you're
Changes
saying,
so fast.
but onto what you're saying,
Did you? Okay then.
Tosh might not know now,
Yeah.
but you're gonna know, bro.
No.
Okay.
What I'm gonna say is that then, if you look at that, what Lee is saying is, get yourself sorted.
No, but
Oh no.
I'm not gonna have, I didn't know my man had a gun, but I ain't got no
But
brain.
that's the harsh reality
I
of
can't
it.
have both sides.
No, but that's the harsh reality.
What, you ain't got a brain to go and get a passport?
Hold on.
Yeah, but it's not easy.
No, but Lee, you hear what I'm saying?
You can't be a
see
bad
with
man,
the
and
win,
then you ain't got a
but that
brain.
being a bad man, you see with the win,
being a bad man.
prime example, man come here when he was a youth.
Yeah.
He ain't had, for whatever reason, he ain't want to see the world, didn't he? I can't stay in England. I went to go Iron Upper and Racky and all them places.
Yeah, them man.
So I needed my passport, yeah?
Yeah.
He ain't left England since he
No.
come in, yeah? He thought he was straight,
Yeah.
yeah? For whatever reason,
It's
he on-
experience for.
yeah.
Yes.
No, but exactly.
No, you're right. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Yeah, there's, you know how much
I
kids
know-
there are like that?
I
They
think
don't
you're
ain't got the proper papers
And I forgot.
And they don't even know until they try and get married or until they try go on holiday.
They don't
Guys, children go to school and everything.
Prime example.
Yeah.
Prime example. I know a prime example why this is there.
Education.
And it don't just affect people that look like us. Don't get me wrong, the ramifications are deeper a lot of the time for people that look like us. I know a Spanish guy who will remain nameless, right? Both his parents are Spanish, and there's a reason he's Spanish, because he was born in air. Yeah? Both his parents are Spanish, like northern what fair skinned. They're not the more Spanish. Yeah, they're the ones that never got conquered Spanish. Yeah. So he's come to England. Yeah, there's not. There's a little mountain region somewhere up north. Yeah. Anyway, so he's born in England.
Yeah.
I think he was born, say, the year after the rules changed.
Yeah.
That basically, remember when people would come to this country, they give birth to a child in this country, and the citizenship was
Yeah, the parent can choose.
Yeah.
The
I was
parent
gonna
can choose.
go with
Right?
that.
The
So
parent can choose.
he's 1 year younger than his sister. Both of his parents, to this day, they live in Spain. Yeah, they moved back to Spain. His sister was born the year before it happened, months before the law changed. He was born the following year. This guy was born here. Went primary school, went nursery, primary school, secondary school, college, university.
Never even seen Spain.
But obviously, there's benefits of dual citizenship.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what happened. He went to Spain, got his Spanish passport. Yeah. I even know. In fact, he went to the Spanish embassy in England and got his Spanish passport, just assuming he was all right.
Yeah, he wasn't.
You know, he found out the other day that technically he could be deported.
Yeah.
The only way he has to, because he has no proof that he was born here, like he had the right to remain here. The only way he can do it is as an EU citizen. If he's got 5 years worth of accounts, then he will get. He has to do his citizenship.
Yeah, citizenship test. That's long.
April, bro. He finally become legal. Oh my life!
I know that.
The other day, bro.
I know that.
And he said, "Rob."
I know that. Yeah. Because if both parents ain't got to stay in this country and they got a you, that you ain't got no stay. No matter what you got no stay.
No, he was, bro. I swear he was born here.
He's not Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's Spanish. That's what they're telling me. No, I don't care. He was born here. You're Spanish. With your Spanish passport as well.
And the thing is, it's getting even worse because they've come out of the European Union. It's getting even worse.
You're gonna say that about they're having parties.
Yeah, Brexit Day party.
Now,
after you can
So this April when he does his tax returns, he'll have the 5 years. And that's when he's like, they're telling him, like he's soliciting immigration lawyer said, do not
just lay back, just stay back. Just stay back.
Wait until April. Just to be on the safe side.
That's how they think you just lie low.
Because they do things to suit. It's what it suits. They do things to just suit.
And sometimes they like to make example of people.
100%. All the time.
But you know what the problem is as well is that when this Brexit vote came across, it was like everybody that's been here 5 years from Europe can stay and all that. Hold on a minute. How do you work that out? And you got man that's come from yard all 30, 40 years ago and they can't stay. How do you work that out? But all the people from Europe that's already here and working are fine, and the rest that coming in they have to get these checks. Nah, man. How that work?
You know they out of Europe worse.
Yeah,
It's only worse, bro.
And this is just the beginning.
You know what's mad? This is like killer of it. You know he voted Brexit as well. He said, bro, I did it. I said, I'm not even lying, I did it because I wanted to secure my yard. Or some, I can't remember what his excuse was, but it was something to do with his yard.
Yeah. It was
Right, and now look at
made
me.
it worse.
He's a similar to that guy who had the motorcycle business. I don't know if you saw this report. And before Brexit, it was like, oh yeah, Brexit's going to help my business grow, etc., etc. Now it's going into receivership because of Brexit.
But the thing is, you see when people vote that, they didn't know the implications.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just did it because they wanted to get all the European immigrants out.
That's
The ones that are coming over.
No, but bro, it's even deeper than that. Bro, it's even deeper than that. It's a blatant. In their head, somehow, they connect Brexit with people that look like us too. That's what they did, bro. It was a blatant immigration thing.
The thing is, you think them northern people are gonna like it? They're gonna get it even worse. They're gonna get it even worse, and it was them that say, "Nah, we got."
And the one thing, and I've been banging this drum for years. One of the things that I learned when I was working in the city, I was the regional project manager at a local authority, is that the immigration, the open border thing is a myth.
Yeah.
Brussels never controlled the borders here.
Nah.
We controlled the borders.
Yeah.
It was there by choice.
Yeah.
It was by choice. Everything is by design. And now they don't want it. Bye. They don't want it, bro.
Well,
All I can say, I know, is my brother's an immigration lawyer, prime solicitors. If you've got a problem,
He said the details will be below.
Yeah.
The details below.
Make sure prime
If you could just put that in shade.
My brother's an immigration lawyer, one of the best in the business. He can help you out. Details to follow.
Yeah, I mean, you're mad, mate.
I mean, they don't get Garlo in, so, you know, country's fine.